Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Failed Journalist, and I love the movies. That's pretty clear if you watch my channel, and what's more, I love movie theaters, and I cannot wait to get back to the movie theater. Movie theaters being taken away has been a huge impact in my life. I've definitely missed it, and while streaming does have some, nice features to it, I personally do not get a kick out of watching movies at home as much as I do in the big screen. Now, some people might not necessarily want to go back to the movie theaters right away. Maybe some people like the idea of paying $20 for a 48-hour rental of Trolls when going and taking the whole family would have probably cost somewhere between $50 to $80, depending on how many snacks you bought. Needless to say, I think we are eager to get to the movies. Most of us are anyway, and AMC theaters have announced that on July 17th, they will be reopening theaters. In this video, we are going to look about what their reopening plans are, what their policies are, and yes, we are going to tackle that controversial mask policy. So let's go straight to the AMC homepage and let's see exactly what it is they are saying. But, and it's not July 17th, it's 15th, I'm sorry. And it's select theaters, so some theaters might not be open, so let's make that clear. Now then, it says, welcome back to the movies. We're thrilled to welcome you back and to celebrate 100 years of movies at AMC. We will reopen in waves with the first set of AMC theaters opening doors on July 15th. And here's their policy on AMC Safe and Clean. And they have advertised that they are being advised by Dr. Joseph Allen, a noted expert and faculty member at Harvard School of Public Health, and they are being advised by Clorox, which I would not be too surprised if there's a little bit of product placement in that endorsement, but So anyway, they say, our top priority is the health and safety of our guests and crew, so we have designed AMC Safe and Clean policies with you in mind. Here are the changes you can expect to see on your next visit to AMC. Reduced auditorium capacities. When select theaters reopen on 7/15, AMC Dine-In, and AMC Classic auditoriums will be reduced to 30% capacity or less based on municipality, guidelines. In auditoriums with traditional seating, every other row is blocked off for your safety. In all auditoriums, including those wider AMC signature recliners, please leave an empty seat between yourself and other guests. Basically, that's them saying, if you buy a ticket for this seat and you see that there's an empty seat next to someone that's a little bit closer to where you want to sit, please don't sit there. Once you're in the auditorium, if you are uncomfortable in your seat, feel free to move to another socially distanced seat when the movie starts, or see an associate for assistance for a refund. So they are giving you a little bit of leeway where, hey, if you buy that seat and you're not entirely comfortable with it, you are free to go to another seat as long as it's a socially acceptable distance. However, please do not sit next to, and this is not just for their sake, this is for your sake, don't sit next to anyone you don't know. People are very skittish right now, and rightfully so, and you do not want to cause a problem. They have also announced enhanced cleaning procedures. Common areas and high touch points will be routinely disinfected throughout the day. There will be extra time between movies so that auditoriums can be cleaned between each showtime. And that's actually kind of significant because I don't know if you notice this or not, but usually movies all start more or less around the same time. And then there's like an hour of dead space so that concession people can take their breaks and clean up and prepare for the next wave. But they're not going to do that anymore. In fact, if anything, there's probably not going to be a huge break for anything. They're just going to space it out so that it's always consistently busy, and they're going to have new procedures to deal with that, but I think that's a good idea altogether. Now, electrostatic disinfectant sprayers and vacuums with HEPA filters will now be used throughout the building. Also, HVAC filters have been upgraded to MERV 13 whenever possible. So, that's just a fancy disinfectant. Now then, social distancing standards. Please remember to social distance before, during, and after the movie. Directional signs and reminders will be posted throughout the entire theater for guidance. And they have a simplified menu. Selections will be temporarily reduced to ensure shorter lines and quicker service. You will still be able to enjoy AMC Perfectly Popcorn, Coca-Cola Freestyle drinks, and other classic movie treats. To reduce contact, large popcorns and large fountain drinks refills will be unavailable at this time, By the way, one of the bigger negative long-term effects of this is that when we do start going back to normal, I would not be surprised to save money. Free refills never returned. Items like napkins, lids, straws, and condiments will be available by request. By the way, they add here that Clorox is not an exclusive supplier of AMC, but I'm still pretty sure that there is a little bit of financial gain for putting it on the website. So anyway, now we have the section for the AMC associates and vendors. First of all, there's going to be daily health screenings. Managers and crew will have their temperatures read before starting their shifts. Anyone who has a fever or symptoms is required to self-quarantine until symptom-free for at least 72 hours. That makes sense. Required PPP. Associates must wear masks, and we will discuss the mask policy for moviegoers in a minute or two. Then you have frequent hand washing. Our managers and crew will be required to wash their hands routinely for at least 20 seconds. Now, just to let you know, this is actually not any different from what they used to have. They always required frequent hand washing even before this pandemic. So in a way, this part is nothing new, but it's still nice to know. Now, how can you help? And this is how we as moviegoers can help not only make this experience smooth and comfortable, but if we do these things, maybe we can help slow the spread of the virus and keep movie theaters open. So, first thing you can do is constant hand washing. Wash your hands often and avoid touching your face. Also, frequent hand sanitizing. Take advantage of the hand sanitizer stations and disinfecting wipes that will be positioned throughout the theater. PPP required. Now, this is a new one, and I will elaborate more at the end. But as we reopen theaters to protect yourself and others, we will require that all AMC guests wear masks as they enter and enjoy movies at our theaters. If you don't have one, disposable masks will be available at our theater box offices for a nominal $1 price. In the auditorium, masks may be removed to enjoy food and drinks. So what does this mean exactly? Well, it means that when you come to the theaters, you're wearing the mask. When you're walking around the auditorium, you're wearing the mask. Enjoying the posters, wearing the mask. Don't have a mask, you can buy a mask. When you're in the auditorium, you can remove the masks for popcorn and soda. And realistically, you probably don't even have to put them back on, because restaurants, social distancing is probably a better, measuring stick of slowing this than the masks, but the masks certainly help when you're near people. So once you're seated and once you're distanced and everything, then you can probably take the mask off. Although I will say, if you have the sniffles or sneeze or something, I would probably keep the mask on. Next, cashless transactions. Cash will not be accepted at concessions or McGuffin's bar. At the box office, credit, debit, and AMC gift card payments are preferred to reduce contact, but cash will be accepted and may be used to purchase an AMC gift card for food and drinks. Now, this is interesting because we see a lot of establishments basically trying to reduce handling cash, because cash has a lot of germs on it. So I think it's interesting that at the box office and at McGuffin's, well, it says concessions or McGuffin's, but at the box office, you can use cash. So I think they're just going to be disinfecting that cash box every day. Now then, self-quarantine if necessary. If you have symptoms such as fever or cough, don't come to the movies. That last part's me. Actually, what AMC words is they say, if you have symptoms such as fever or cough or have come in contact with someone with symptoms, please do not see a movie with us until you have been symptom-free for at least 72 hours. This is logical. Maintain social distance. Maintain social distance before, during, and after the movie. Signs will be posted throughout the theater for guidance. Again, if you see a seat that's a little closer to the center of the theater that you want to sit in, but someone is there, please don't sit there. In fact, just to avoid conflict, I would be sitting at least 2 seats away from each person. Now then, they have a message for AMC Stubs members as well. So they write, we can't wait to welcome back our biggest fans. We will have special offers to celebrate you as soon as theaters reopen. In the meantime, here are some updates on what our members can expect. Members, all AMC Stubs points and rewards that were set to expire while theaters were closed have been extended through 9/30. This extension includes birthday rewards as well. Premiere. All AMC Stubs Premiere memberships will be extended by 6 months to ensure that you are able to receive the full 12 months of benefits that you deserve, so that's positive. Now, A-List. This is definitely something that you are probably waiting for. Once theaters in your area reopen and as soon as you are comfortable, you will have the self-serve option to reactivate your membership online and resume seeing up to 3 movies every week with our best benefits. And then, of course, they're highlighting some of the movies you can see. So, movies that will be coming out are Unhinged, The Broken Hearts Gallery, which I've never heard of, My Brother's Crossing, that looks like a religious film, Mulan, SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run, Bill and Ted Face the Music, Antebellum, The New Mutants. So, you know, there's quite a few things that are going to be opening soon, but as you'll notice, they're only opening really a couple movies a month, so, you know. What's going to be interesting is, even though we have like a membership, for the first time, I think AMC might actually be making money off my membership, because I don't think I'm going to have all that many movies to see, and some of them I'll probably see at Regal because of, you know, the IMAX or the 4DX, so AMC might make money off me on this one. Now then, let us address the mask policy. And the mask policy created some controversy because the CEO of AMC Theaters said that they would not be enforcing mask wearing because they don't want potential controversy. Now let's look for this quote. And the CEO, Adam Aaron, said, "We thought it might be counterproductive if we force mask wearing on those people who believe strongly that it is not necessary. We think that the vast majority of AMC guests will be wearing masks. When I go to an AMC feature, I will certainly be wearing a mask and leading by example." Now, here's the thing. When you read that whole thing in context, it doesn't sound as bad as the way the headlines are. Unfortunately, this was also a really stupid thing to say. Because here's the thing. Yeah, there are some people who feel that wearing masks are political. It's about 30% of the nation, I would say, roughly, maybe 40. But here's the thing. The doctors and the scientists and the health experts all agree that masks at the very least reduce chances of getting the virus. It doesn't eliminate, but it reduces. And without getting too political here, I do think people who do not want to wear masks are being, frankly, silly. Some people have medical conditions, I understand that, and, you know, hey, that's a special exception, but the vast majority of people can easily walk around with a mask for 15, 20 minutes before they sit down to see the movie and be perfectly fine. And to call it a political move might have been very, very counterproductive. And now, here's something that I should also mention. AMC wasn't the only one who was not going to require masks. Regal was not going to require masks, and Cinemark, at this moment of the recording of this video, is still not going to require you to wear masks. However, this obviously upset people on Twitter, and people boycott AMC started trending. People started quitting the AMC Stubs A-List in droves, and AMC backtracked on that pretty darn fast. So they said, this week, AMC Theater announced plans for reopening. AMC initially said it would not require theatergoers to wear face coverings, even though public health officials say it's a crucial step to help reduce the spread of the C virus. But after receiving backlash for that decision, and rightfully so, from my perspective, AMC Theaters announced on Friday that it is reversing course and will now require all guests to wear a face mask. So, in an interview on Thursday, explained why mask wearing was absent. Well, we already went over that. But you could see, now the company tried to half backtrack this at first because they said that in areas of the country where guests are required to wear masks, AMC will abide by that ordinance, and guests will be required to wear masks, except while eating and drinking. Guests at other locations are strongly encouraged to wear a mask during their visit to AMC. However, this was not a completely satisfactory response, because here's the thing. I mean, if you watch my Apptrepreneur channel, you know that I talk about Uber a lot, and Uber does this all the time. They say, hey, if the government makes us do the right thing, we'll do the right thing, but we're not going to do it on our own, and that was essentially what AMC was pulling here. But I will give them credit. as a AMC Stubs member, and interestingly, as an AMC shareholder. I have 100 shares of AMC stock. They listened, and they had a statement that says, "At AMC Theaters, we think it is absolutely crucial that we listen to our guests. Accordingly, and with the full support of our scientific advisors, we are reversing course and are changing our guest mask policy. As we reopen theaters, we now will require that all AMC guests nationwide wear masks as they enter and enjoy movies at our theaters. The speed at which AMC moved to revise our mask policies is a reflection of our commitment to safety and the health of our guests." Now, I am going to say I don't think that's what it was. I think the quick reversal was because they could actually see people were canceling their AMC Stubs A-list account, and they really did not want that to happen. That said, what do you expect? I don't expect companies to be I don't believe companies to be the arbiter of morals or the gatekeepers of doing the right thing. I believe that they listen to money. And really, that's all we're expecting them to do. So the fact that even if they did it because they were threatened with losing a lot of business, that's fine. Basically, it is now going, I feel much safer going back to AMC now. Now, even with all of these, new safety measures, and they are impressive, I will still be careful about going to the movies because my wife has Crohn's disease, and therefore we have to be careful. So my advice to everyone, if you want to take that extra step to go back to the movies and be as safe as possible, please don't go on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, avoid those days. Focus especially on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday if it's early enough in the day. Aim for matinee show times. They tend to be less crowded anyway. If you can see the movie in a big Dolby Cinema or an IMAX where there's much more opportunity to be spread out, I highly recommend you do so. Unfortunately, AMC dine-ins typically tend to be small, so you probably can't social distance that much in those auditoriums. With that said, mask issue aside, I am overall pretty happy with AMC's response. I mean, really, it would have been so perfect had they included the mask policy from the get-go, but they've included it now. And if you don't like masks, Cinemark is not requiring them yet. So if you do not want to patronage theaters that are going to require you to wear a mask, you might not want to go to AMC or Regal for a while, but Cinemark will be okay for you, and they're offering discount tickets anyway. So all the unhealthy people can go to Cinemark, and the people who want to stay healthy can go to AMC and Regal at this point. But anyway, I would love to know what you think of all of this. Do you agree with this setup? Are you impressed, or are you still not going to go back to the movie theaters? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.